Hey, so this morning I was listening to a video, someone that I called into my life talking about mirrors. And basically the way you can think of it is people come into your life and they're a mirror for you of really what's happening within inside of you. And for me, I realized that I have been judging people, finding mostly things wrong with them. And in a way, I'm even embarrassed to admit that. But I guess by saying that, I'm judging myself. So, truth is, it was all just programming. I was judged nonstop, criticized during my upbringing through all of it. And that judgment, that criticism that was passed on to me was really what was happening within the people that brought me up and how they felt about themselves. And so I spent my life judging others, but really it was a reflection upon the way that I truly felt about myself. I used to think I was basically a doormat. That's how much I thought of myself for most of my life until my awakening began 9 years ago. And I don't think those things about myself anymore. But I used to. But what I realized just now during the meditation about criticism and judgment is that everything's done already. There is no time, there's just timelines. And we are just shifting moment to moment to moment. Shifting, yes, moment to moment to these different timelines. And from the time I was a little kid, I can remember this moment. We were in Florida. And you hear that? I don't know what that, I guess it's a cicada. But as I was in meditation and this was coming through, that cicada started going crazy. So here it is again. So something big is about to come out, but there was a moment where 3, 2, 1. Yep, here it is. 333. There was a moment when I was a little kid. I was maybe like 9 or 10 years old, and we were in Florida. We were outside of my grandfather's condo, and my uncle showed up in a Porsche. It was a red 2-door Porsche, and he was a step uncle, but he was this very successful real estate developer. And I wanted to be that. And I wanted that kind of money. I wanted that kind of success. And he gave us these polo shirts. And my mom and dad, who had a complete and total poverty mindset, more so my mom, which was weird because my dad grew up in a housing project. He had that too, but not as bad as her. It's the same, but she was the more vocal one. Anyway, she said something along the lines of, We can't afford those shirts. I was so impressed with them. I loved them. We can't afford those shirts. We don't have any money. And you don't need what Uncle has. But I realized that there was this version of me, which is right now. That was showing me back then, in that moment in Florida, through my uncle, who was a mirror for me of what was. Not what was to come, because everything is happening right now, but a mirror for what was. And it was me pushing all of that away from me. I was always very successful. And moments and times of any time where I didn't experience success and abundance came from me pushing it away because of what I really felt at those, from my programming about myself. My higher self was showing me since the age of 9. Truth, divinity, my real nature. And ever since then, that feeling of that which I was shown, of being wealthy and abundant and rich beyond my wildest dreams, was in my heart. And there's this thing I created called the Global Currency Reset, where the currencies around the globe get reset tied to physical assets, and it pulls the world out of poverty and slavery. And I have been tasked with, since I'm the creator of it all, shifting timelines to where that becomes the experience in the moment. And yes, when that reset thing came into my life as an opportunity several years ago, because I didn't realize it was all done already, pushed it away with doubt. And that doubt about that was really the doubt I had about myself inside. The lack of confidence in it was really a reflection of the lack of confidence I used to have about me. And it was all BS, programming. And I thought of this reset as this big important thing. And it's actually just a normal, natural thing. Not any more important than anything else. It's really freaking cool. And amazing. So is everything else around me. And all of the nature. It all just is. Nothing is separated. And I suppose when you keep seeing everything as one and recognize that nothing is separate. It just keeps getting better and better and better. I don't suppose that, I'm telling you that. That is what I'm experiencing. It's crazy to think back now, seeing this all, seeing how so much goodness and abundance was always seeking me, and I was pushing it away because I didn't feel worthy of it. But no more. I recognize that I am worthy of it all. And frankly, all of it is part of me, and the real me, my real essence. My true divine state, 1111. Ant crawling into my shoe. See, that would have thrown me off, the old me, but I love that ant. What makes money or success any more important or magical than the stream right there that I'm looking at? The flow from the koi pond in my backyard. It's all part of the whole, of the oneness. And when we give things importance, we push them away. And I did a lot of that because I used to see myself as broken. And so these things I would want to come in, and then they would come and I would push them away because I thought I needed them so bad to become or be whatever, so that I could get ultimately love that was never given to me as a child. What a great mirror that was to find self-love. Thank you for that. When we can find real gratitude for all the pain, our life goes to the next level. So, let me just shift this here. Okay. You can think of this life as a game, and there's levels, right? Just like a video game. Everything you see in this life that isn't part of nature reflects the game of life. So you're just going from one level to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. All different timelines that through your choices, you're shifting into. Like you're watching me in real time shift into another level in my video game by saying these things I'm saying, by recognizing that all this abundance that has been trying to come in can now come and is here now. There's no more waiting. I don't have to wait anymore. See, and when we say these things and we feel these things, those old beliefs that we had that kept us stuck fade away. They evaporate. Because what keeps you programmed? The memories. And they're just energy, just like everything else. Everything is energy. All you are, not to minimize it, but you're the most powerful energy in the world. The energy of God. That's what's inside of you. That's what you really are. And those memories, they're energy too. And they just fade away. You are the dream, the memories, and the dreamer. Dreaming this entire reality construct that you experience. And you know what? None of it's that big of a deal. None of it's that serious. What kept it feeling serious? Fear. And all those other low vibrating words. And you just say one day, no more. And you make that choice to step into a higher, more abundant timeline. Going up and up and up and up and up. It's really cool. Anyway, great to have you here. And if you have any questions or comments or anything, thoughts, drop a comment. Would love to chat with you here. I love you. Peace.